So with the school admission season, I won't say coming up, happening and continuing into the next couple of weeks as well, especially for parents who are starting their journey with their child who is neurodivergent for the first time in school setting, what is an inclusion department or system in a school?
Admissions is something that I'm very much a part of. It's more about us as a school making sure that we can meet the needs of the student.
A lot of times it's just the fit,
Exactly.
right? You know, is this the right environment for my child? The school may be great, but may not be the right environment for your child at this point of time, and vice versa.
Yeah.
You know, should the school know the complete diagnosis and therapy that my child has? Does that reduce the opportunity for my child get into school as a parent?
I wouldn't say that it reduces the opportunity. I just think it delays the right support.
Sometimes for parents, it's just about let him start school and then we will deal with it in, you know, finding out what kind of supports he needs. If not, the whole process is completely blocked because this child has a diagnosis. And the second thing being that, what do we do when all the schools have rejected?
I think, you know, KHDA brought in a non-admission form for heads of inclusion, and we have to complete that non-admission form if we are saying to families that we don't have a space in our school.
Yes, so let's say if I'm first on the waiting list, but my child is a level 3 support, and there's somebody who's 10th on the waiting list, but their child is only level 1 support. So do you think there's a differentiation in, you know, the way the admission process works for?
I think it depends year by year, like year by year.
What is that as a parent that they should be aware of when during the interview they've been told that, you know, be ready to get an LSA in place?
It might differ from school to school, but when it comes to myself and how I approach learning support assistance is, if I believe that the child won't be safe by themselves, I would suggest the LSA.
So as a parent, how often will I be involved?
As a parent with the child who's level 3, who has an IEP, you will be at school a lot, which is really nice.
Am I allowed to ask for certain things in the IEP?
You shouldn't really have to request it. It should be done naturally, really.
What does success actually look like for a neurodivergent child?
A happy child, a child that belongs, a child that can relate.
Does inclusion always mean mainstream schooling?
No, I don't think so.
What about AI?
I know that the education sector are doing a lot more work around AI and how we can use AI more for our students. The students love AI.
But what about things like the emotional safety, the regulation support, the sensory-friendly atmosphere they're providing, the flexibility, the collaborative culture? As a parent, how would I know this information?
On the website, you're going to find a lot of information, and especially if you look for any kind of inspection reports.
So my last question would be, what is the one thing which every parent of a child with additional needs or a neurodivergent child you wish truly understood?